Welcome to a video of the Casio watch, smartwatch, 24 hours later. So you may have seen my unboxing video. I decided to purchase the G Shock Casio smartwatch. This is the GBD H1000 model. It includes the sensors, GPS, solar power, charging, altitude sensor, barometer, and so on. Obviously, I'm going to go through the features of the phone, the features of the watch in more detail, and how to link it up to your phone, and the various gizmos and gadgets it's got. But I just wanted to give you a quick kind of 24 hours with the watch. What are my initial thoughts? So let's have a look. The first thing is, it really is a nice watch. This is a classic G Shock. Really nice colouring. This is the limited edition one based on a Japanese baseball team, and really is great set of colours. There are 4 or 5 other styles available. I chose this one. They're all as good, all the way from the red, complete black one. There's even the lime green one. But the first thing to say is, it's definitely a G Shock. It feels like a G Shock. A lot of people are saying that the size is very big. Now, I've worn G Shocks for probably the last 15 years or so, and to me it feels perfectly natural. Slightly heavier, but only, in comparison to the other G Shocks that aren't the smartwatch. So, yeah, I mean, you can notice it's different. It's a different weight. You can notice a different weight, but it's not like, whoa, it's so heavy on my hand. Size-wise, I don't think there's a problem with it. I prefer to wear it on my right wrist. It gives me access to the controls here, and that's probably where the first difference is that on many of the digital G Shocks, the kind of forward and backwards controls are on the left hand side. So you're wearing it on your left hand and you've got the control here, whereas if you're wearing it on your if you wear it on your left hand and you've got the old design, you've got access here. If you're wearing it on your left hand and you want to access these, then you're covering up the screen. This is again why I wear mine on the right, because I've got access here to all the different features. The screen is amazing as well. I mean, it's fairly light in this room. I've been outside with it, and you can see the screen shows up really well. It's this monochrome. It's got something like memory pixel screen, and it really is fantastically clear. And even on a bright sunny day, it still shows up really well, and very impressed with that. I think one of the things I found with G Shocks, some of them, is that the display's often a bit difficult to read. There's the light. Again, not going to make much difference here because we're indoors, but you can see it does have a good contrast and shows up. So overall, really nice feel, really nice texture. The band strap is really comfortable, and the kind of edging here as well sits really well on the wrist. Either my wrist was designed for G Shocks, or I'm just used to wearing them and I know how they feel. So in terms of it being a smartwatch, this is a classic G Shock watch. It's not your smartwatch like an Apple or an Android watch. So you're not going to be able to play music on it. You can't respond to texts on it. You can't make phone calls from it. And I went back to the Casio, back to the G Shocks, because I didn't want the smartwatch experience, if you like. I like the idea that I can get notifications, and I can get notifications that there are calls coming in, and that someone sent me a message, and then I can choose in my own time to check my phone. For me personally, I was walking around with a phone, and I didn't really want to wear the phone in the pocket because phones have got quite big now. And now I can leave a phone in a drawer, or I can leave a phone in a bag, and I can access the contents of the phone here, and then I can choose when I want to go back and check the messages. So if I get an important message and I think, okay, that needs to be responded to now, I can go back to my phone and I can check it. If I just get a message that says, can you pick this up for tea? I can write this down, and I can respond to it as and when I need to. What I found with the actual smartwatch is it wasn't, I had an Android smartwatch. It wasn't enough to replace the phone. I needed both of them together and ended up checking in 2 places at once. You may know that I'm a teacher, and obviously I don't want to have a phone out in the classroom, so it's good to be able to just quickly check the watch, see if there's a message. If it's urgent, I can deal with it. If not, I can go back. So it is a classic G Shock style watch. If you're looking for, maybe something more high tech, music, the ability to respond to messages, etc., then you're probably better going for the next model up, which is slightly more expensive, and that does use Wear OS, the Android operating system. Having said that, I may end up upgrading to that depending on what happens. So just going to run through a couple of the features. It's there's a lot of chat that it's quite difficult to use, but actually setting up with your phone makes it very easy because you have an app, and you can set up the various features for your phone. But in terms of setting up features and configuration on the watch, you basically hold this down for about 2 seconds, and then it opens up these menus. Now, the first thing to say is it says menu 1-4. That's one of 4 menus. So if I scroll down using the bottom key here, I'm now into menu 2, into menu 3, and I can use the keys and go back up again. And what you'll find is, as you learn where these different menu items are, you'll go straight to menu 3, and you'll go using this button here rather than up and down. So yeah, that's the settings there. But again, you can set all of these configurations on your phone, and in some ways it's slightly easier, especially if you've just got started with the device. So take that back there. Down the bottom here, you've got the different modes, and I can show you some of these. I can do a heart rate. Obviously, it's not connected at the moment. Let's see if we can pick up a heart rate. Probably not because it's not on my wrist. Oh, 61. Okay, very relaxed. I've got different workouts. There's 5 different workouts here, which is basically like your countdowns. And you can set 5 different times for your workouts, which is good. So I've got one for 20 minutes and one for 10 minutes, which gives me a total of 30 minutes. Press it again and I get the stopwatch, classic G Shock stopwatch. Altimeter is great. This is how many meters above sea level I am. Again, you can set this. Just get online, type in your postcode, your address. You can find out how many meters to set this to. What's quite nice now, if I press display, I then get the barometer, and this is the current reading. So a little bit of a drop there. That's probably when it started raining this morning, but pretty much steady at 1000 HPA. And then we've got the compass, which I haven't calibrated yet, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. Thinking about where I am at the moment, that's probably slightly out, but I'll calibrate that and do a video on that later on. We've also got the altimeter there. Now you can change this so it's a graph as well, but there's more details later on. As I said, this is just like 24 hours with the watch. What's going on? How are we getting on? This is my first activity, so I went for a short run this morning. And you can see there the various details. If I press this button here, this is a log of all the different information and different workouts, but I've only been for one short run this morning. And this is my training status. Now at the moment I'm not training. If I press the top button, this is my Vo2 Max. So at the moment it's telling me that I've got a fairly good recovery rate. And if I press it again, it gives me the recovery time. Now this is really, really cool. So in order for my body to recover, I should wait 40 hours, 21 minutes before I do any more exercise. And obviously I think the idea is that you start to lower this each time. Your recovery gets faster. Notifications. Now again, a smartwatch, classic smartwatches, you can reply, see the emojis, etc. This is very classic G Shock Casio. Click here. I've got various messages that have come through. I can scroll through them here. If I want to read one, Twitter was sent. Okay, not the most interesting one there. Okay, so they're all there, and it's quite a nice feature. As I said, for me, it works out really well because I can just check I get a little notification saying that a message has come through. I can decide whether or not I want to respond, and we're off. So if I press the top now, I get various different displays. This is quite a nice one. This gives me the daily step count. So up to 11,397 steps already. Says I've got a snooze alarm on. It's on quiet, but vibration is on. Bluetooth's off at the moment because obviously I'm filming this. I'm also in airplane mode at the top, you can see, so all connections with the phone are off. So here we go with the training one. This is the training display. So again, it's got the time, etc. We've got the Vo2 Max and the countdown of the time. What's interesting I noticed with the date is it says 5-2 rather than 2-5. Obviously I'm in the UK and I haven't worked out how to change this yet. It's just obviously preference for the UK date format, and once I find out how to do it, I'll show you a video. And we've got this one. This is the step counts but by month. Okay. Now obviously I haven't had it enough, so I haven't had it long enough to fill in the step counts for a month. This one here is my workout. So it'll give you maximum minimum heart rates, current heart rate, but at the moment obviously I'm not working out, so there's not going to be picking up any heart rates on that one. Dual time, so New York there and the UK, and then we're back to the beginning. If I press the run button, it loads up the GPS and off we go. It took this morning probably about 30 seconds to locate the GPS, and then off we went. But I am kind of out in the middle of the sticks in the countryside, so I did expect it to take a while. What's really good is this little battery here, because it's been stuck on that for the last 24 hours. And I've obviously been playing around with it. It's been connected to Bluetooth all the time, and you'll notice it says solar powered. It's been charging fairly sunny today. I haven't noticed a drop in battery, and this is again one of the nice features, is that potentially I'm not going to have to keep charging this. With smartwatches, obviously at the end of the day, they run down, you've got to plug them in. With the G Shock, what we're obviously hoping for is that it's going to keep the charge, or it's going to use the solar power to charge up. Yeah, so here, this is where you charge it here, and I haven't, as I said, I haven't had to do that yet, which is good. So yeah, this is 24 hours with it. I'm really impressed. I really like the feel of it. I like the design. It's quite striking. Slightly darker in real life than it is here. This video and the pictures are quite light. I will probably say that blue isn't as blue in real life, in the physical one in my hand. The oranges, definitely. This is more kind of coppery, but that's not to take away from it. It's a really nice colour scheme. So I'd probably say 8, well probably 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10 already after 24 hours. Really easy to use. If you're used to G Shock, once you get your head around that the buttons are on this side to change your settings rather than this one, you're off and running, literally. So I'm going to make some more videos, and I will cover the various different features and how to set up your altitude, barometer settings, all the training schedules. But a really nice watch, very impressed. As I said, I've had G Shocks for about 15 years, several of them, and really impressed. And this is another great addition to the G Shock family. Right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I'll see if I can get back to you.